Hi, I'm Melissa, your free range psychic, and today I am going to do a guided tarot reading on Stephen Miller. And it's a reading I put off for some time because his energy is so vile. I really did not want to go there, but I prepared myself and my guides really want me to do this reading. So I am going to do it. When I say guided reading or tarot reading, I mean I don't shuffle the deck. I ask my guides to show me the cards psychically, and then I ask them why they chose those cards. So the subject card, I use a simple Celtic cross layout. So the subject card that they chose is the Tower. So they said that this represents Trump Tower, the Trump administration really, and they said that Steve Miller, it's not necessarily Steve Miller falling out of the tower, although he's probably going to be one of the people who, he will be one of the people who does fall. It's more that his policies are part of the destruction of the Trump administration, meaning that they become ever more tyrannical and cruel and inhumane, and are pushing people's limits in terms of what they can tolerate, even people who have supported him in the past. So it's weakening, it's one of the factors that's weakening the foundation and structure of Trump's presidency, and it's assisting in bringing it down. Besides all the laws that he's breaking and all the bringing the world's attention to us in terms of our crimes against humanity, and while breaking the Geneva Convention and all the other infractions that the world set in place to protect people from this kind of abuse. Above is the Devil card. So in this case, this represents Trump, and they say Stephen Miller serves Trump. That this is who he serves, and in serving Trump, he serves the dark energy, the devil, in the recent past. So this card is Stephen Miller. In the cover of darkness, moving forward with these terrible, inhumane, cruel policies against the migrants, and he's also represented there. I don't know if you can see, there's a frog there, but they say that whilst we are being distracted by the insanity of Trump, behind the scenes, Stephen Miller continues to, ever stealthily, but persistently, is stealthily a word, I think, whatever, push these policies forward, and one after the other. And the latest one that we found out about, right, is where all of a sudden the patients or the migrants who have been have life-threatening or terminal diseases, or potentially terminal diseases, who were being allowed to be treated in the United States in various hospitals because they couldn't get that treatment in their own countries, are now being told they have to leave in, I think, 30 days or something like that, or from the time they get the notification. And this is a death sentence. These either all or the majority of these people will die. Children and adults will die if they leave the United States. So, but that just came out of nowhere, and there are more and more. And he's, they're going to get worse and worse, if you can imagine. And there's already things that have been implemented that we don't know about, in the concentration camps and things like that, that he's continuing to push forward. You can notice the movement of this card. So underneath is the Seven of Swords, and this is Steve Miller And so my guides say, well, this is similar to the other card. It is behind the scenes very much. The Seven of Swords is a thief card, right? But they say that they're saying that this is within the context of a master plan that Steve Miller has, and it's the same master plan as the Nazis had, which is the final solution. It's complete genocide. It is to commit genocide to the Islamic populations and the migrant populations, and potentially other populations that are threatening the white Aryan rule, which he perceives to be the master race. Just purely in the footsteps of Hitler. Even though I know that he's genetically Jewish, his insanity is somehow that this is necessary to save, the ruling class of the United States, and of the world, because there are other world leaders that are also doing similar things. But this is his cosmic plan. This is I shouldn't say cosmic plan, but really the overarching a blueprint for his plan. And there's more to do. He's done the Muslim ban, and he's done the concentration camps, and the DACA. But there's more, and he doesn't want to stop until it's all complete, and he has gone where Hitler wasn't able to go, meaning that he has been able to complete his plan where Hitler was not able to. So that's Steve Miller. And that, guys, in the near future, this is also Steve Miller, and this is Steve Miller now being bought down by his these swords. These crimes against humanity will be the undoing and the end of him in terms of the role that he has. They will bring him down just like they brought Hitler down. So these are his crimes raining down upon him as swords. And this is also judgment. Him being judged, him having to pay for his crimes. The clarifying card is the Five of Pentacles. So my guides told me that this has to do with the world, not just the United States, but the world, and their light upon these migrants here, these people below, the man and the woman and the child. And this is the world recognizing them as human beings who deserve reparation, who deserve justice, who deserve help, who deserve healing. And this is you see the light shining down from this pinnacle on these people, and they are rising them up in the perspective of the world as full human beings and not animals, as Trump likes to call them. They are human beings, and there's compassion for them, and there is concern for them, and there is going to be justice for them, assistance for them, actually financial assistance, and all the rest of it. The end of the camps and the improvement, the vast improvement, I think, of the conditions at the border. So that is what is going to come, or in terms of the clarifying card, the end result of all of the other cards, all of Steve Miller's efforts are going to actually bring the migrant situation into a larger perspective, and there's going to be a rising up of their status, and a vast and huge assistance and improvement of their situation as a result. So the outcome card is death, the death card, and this is the death. I asked my guides whether it meant the death of Stephen Miller, but they said no. This means the end of his reign, the end of his rule, the end of his agenda, which is coming soon, with the Democrats coming into power, with the country turning completely against his tyranny. This is and this comes also with the death of the administration, Trump's administration, that is also, the final judgment card, the end, death. So it's September 1st, and yes, Trump is still alive as far as I know. So my timing, I am not great at timing. I'm working on it, but maybe that's something that is really not to know until it happens, right? The great mystery. I again do think that the death card is coming up for all of them. So I do believe the end is in sight, at least of the administration. So there you go. I finally did the Stephen Miller reading. I'm so glad it's over. It's so awful. Although it did occur to me that Stephen Miller might have had a past life as a Nazi. So maybe I should do a past life reading on him, don't you think? I'm almost sure that that's he's just picking up where he left off, right? Not so long ago. Saying that, my guides did give us an oracle card, so we can lift up our vibrations and our spirits. And this, I think it's a waxing moon tonight. It's September the 1st, 2019, in the Western Hemisphere, approximately 6 p.m. Evening, in the evening. Oh, when else would it be? Otherwise, it would be 6 a.m. Anyway, so this is the card that I got. It's from the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck by Stacey Demarco. This is that deck. These cards are so beautiful. They're all based on various moon phases. So I'll read from her description. So when we accept where we are, acknowledging what needs to change to grow and begin to love ourselves more completely, the direction of our lives begins to change. We often decide we want to follow a more authentic way for ourselves, and our desires become more aligned with the needs, wants, and values of our true selves. Imagine we are lost in a dark forest and can hardly see. There seems to be no visible path, and everywhere looks exactly the same. We have burdened ourselves, or we feel burdened by the shadows, and are not sure we should even move because we are so paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. Then the sunshine somehow breaks through the clouds and leaf canopy, and there ahead is the path illuminated in golden light. It's clear now. The darkness has lifted, and we see where we should head. The path is not only visible, but it's inviting us forward. And so instead of just standing there, we can't wait to step up into or step onto it and move forward. The path is lit now, and it's time to walk upon it. I believe there's an affirmation here. I am open and responsive to the opening of the way. So I think that's really beautiful. So I do personal readings, past life readings. I, can read things involving the present, including the past life of this present one, and whatever future concerns you might have. I can communicate with my guides, with those you have loved ones that have made their transition, and we can even check and see if they really have made their transition, and if not, I can possibly help pass them over. And I also love to introduce people to their guardian angels. So I'm leaving my information below, saying that I am thinking of all of you in the path of the hurricane, and I pray for yours. And we're all praying. Everybody is praying, and we should all be praying for your safety, protection, and well-being. And that includes the animals, and all the nature in its path. It's a big hurricane. I think it's hit the Bahamas and it's heading towards the Carolinas. I was hoping it was going to go straight to Mar-a-Lago, as I think a lot of us were, but I don't know. It's hard to say. I haven't really checked recently on its path, whether Mar-a-Lago might get hit or not. But all of you stay safe and do what you need to do to stay safe. And prayers for all of you for your well-being. So it is September the 1st, 2019, and I will, go out and enjoy what's left of the evening. But I will be doing another video very, very soon. So I'm sending my love to all of you. Everybody take care now, okay? Yeah, and stay safe.